I haven't mentioned this trigger element before, but it's been a common one I've seen in the campaign levels thus far. Waterfalls. They're beautiful set pieces, and the map designers know it. In almost every map with one, there's a region you can step in to have the waterfall illuminated with the visibility region so you can see it. This isn't an Easter egg so much as it's a subtle way of adding visual appeal to the maps, but it's a fun thing that you can easily take for granted since waterfalls are often higher in elevation than your units, and thus impossible to see without a helpful trigger. The particular waterfall on this map has rays of sunlight appear over it when you get close. Besides that though, the only mysterious thing about this map is in the ending cinematic. Is that a Pandaren running with the deer? See what I mean? The Pandaren in Warcraft 3 were just Easter eggs. All of them. The point of interest in this map lies right after you find the shadow-melded ballistae up in the north region of the map. Have the ballistae knock down the trees behind where you find them, and you'll find a rescuable hydralisk. The trigger setting this guy up is titled Egg, so I wonder if originally the hydralisk was inside one and hatched when you got close. That would explain why he joins you. Maybe one of those "are you my overmind" moments. At any rate, he's a super powerful ranged fighter against the undead, and great to have for the rest of the mission. He'll even show up in the end cinematic, adopted, it seems, as an honorary member of the Night Elf Sentinels. I know that this is the Night Elf campaign, and they're all about conserving the environment, but as we've seen in lots of levels so far, if you want to find secrets, you gotta knock down a lot of trees. If you clear a path through the southwest forest in your base, you'll find a haunted shrine of some kind. When you approach it, 2 ghosts and a wraith appear to fight you. You always have to be careful that these types of creeps don't possess your units, but since your Druids are immune to magic, they're a good choice to take them down with. The Wraith will drop a Scroll of Resurrection, which is bound to be handy at some point. Also, there's an unused unit in the game's files, a green dragon named Tharfos, that was set up to be used on this map but never was. Assumedly, there was originally some sort of quest that the dragon was involved in. Judging by the Night Elves' generally favorable relationship with the green dragonflight, Tharfos was likely the quest giver and not the target to kill, but we'll never know for sure. In the haunted forest on the Druids Arise, which in my opinion has some of the coolest effects in the campaigns, there's a brood of thunder lizards in a cave behind this wall of trees. Use Furion's Force of Nature ability or a ballista to knock them down. The largest thunder lizard is an ancient stormworm, which is much more powerful than the standard creeps, so be careful. It'll drop a Sobi mask when it dies. I was hoping that these lizards would become rescuable instead of hostile if you restored the forest before encountering them, but that's not the case. Kill them either way to score the item. Brothers in Blood is another dungeon map and is, like the Stone Talon Caverns, chock full of secrets. Almost all of them are hidden behind mushrooms, accessible through Malfurion's Force of Nature spell. Our first stop is Jimmy the Seal, stuck behind these mushrooms south of the spiders. Hi, Jimmy! Use Force of Nature to set him free, then club him to get yourself a manual of health. Thanks, Jimmy! Due east of Jimmy is another cluster of mushrooms blocking a tunnel. Force of Nature aside, wouldn't it be cool if the treants looked like mushrooms when you did this? And Furion and Tyrande will come upon the
largest panda ever.
That's right, it's a panda, not even a Pandaren this time. It's quite a task to take the thing down, especially since it's immune to spells, but once you defeat it, you'll see why. It was wearing a necklace of spell immunity. This should be nice to have from here on out. Just before Tyrande and Furion part ways, there's a small patch of shrooms by this pool of water, beyond which are a few crates. The regions on the editor indicate that 2 of them should have something inside, but one of the regions is empty, so I guess the designers forgot to implement it. The other one only contains a sheep, so honestly, accessing this area is kind of a waste of mana.
I forbid it.
Only the goddess may forbid me anything. I will free Illidan whether you like it or not.
There's a small thing I noticed after Furion and Tyrande split up. If you move Furion to the door, he'll say,
"My powers cannot open the door, though it grieves me to leave her. I must press on."
I like the King's Quest feel of him saying this, though it is interesting that his powers can't open the door. I can't help but wonder whether Tyrande sealed the door, or if the door has some kind of seal against male night elves set there by the Watchers. The next patch is just south of the Spectral Bridge. Inside this cave are a bunch of skeletons, and one of the marksmen will drop a Scroll of Health. But wait, there's more. Clear this tiny bundle here and you'll find a teleporter. It'll transport you to this small tunnel where you'll grab a Robe of the Magi +6 for Furion. Definitely worth the trouble. There also happens to be a secret north of the bridge. After you kill the kobolds, use Force of Nature to reveal a sludge monstrosity. It'll drop a wand of negativity upon dying. And that's all for Furion's side. As for Tyranda's side, there's this weapon upgrade for your huntresses.
A cache of the Watcher's weapons.
That's actually kind of easy to miss due to a lack of a Circle of Power or other item to mark it. And when I was playing, I think I overlooked this gate in the corner of the library room, which leads to a book pedestal that drops a nice Tome of Knowledge. As far as bona fide Easter eggs go, though, the only thing I could find was this area. You can squeeze past the trees, and this larger Circle of Power will teleport you to the fabled Shrine of the Uberfish! Yeah, pretty underwhelming. As is the Mantle of Intelligence in here as well. I have no idea what the Uberfish was supposed to be, but the devs clearly thought it was pretty funny. Things seem to calm down pretty much completely as far as Easter eggs go in the last 2 levels. There are some Boots of Elvenkind +6 for Illidan and the Spider Sack here, if you're tired of opening ones with just spiders in them. Other than that though, the lull is understandable. This part of the final campaign is pretty intense and plot-centric anyway, and by this point I think players are just ready to beat the game. I did find out what Fat Loot is for. On Twilight of the Gods, the game fills the allied heroes' inventory slots with this item. Since they're undroppable, these heroes' inventories are permanently full during the scenario, so they can't take any items that Tyrande or Furion could make use of. I'm not sure how that makes more sense than just deleting Thrall's and Jaina's hero inventory ability, or giving them actually useful items, but oh well. There are a couple of interesting things in the credits cinematic after you win the game. Some of you younger Warcraft whippersnappers may not notice the 2 homages to Warcraft II. The first one is the opening cinematic from Warcraft II, and this one is one of the intermission cutscenes. The only Easter egg in the cinematic is an extra scene that plays if you beat the game on hard difficulty, an homage to StarCraft. This scene varies each time. Sometimes the Marines win, sometimes the Chaos Space Orcs win, but the sheep is always the one to end it all. And that will do it for the Reign of Chaos campaigns. Thanks a ton for watching these videos. I've had a great time looking deep into these map files and finding all of these secrets. And I personally can't wait to find them all when I play through the campaigns again the next time around. As always, if there are any that I missed, let me know so I can showcase them in a future bonus episode. I hope you'll join me for the Frozen Throne Easter eggs next time. Until then, give this video a like while you're here, and I'll see you later.